Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first December edition of Topic Time in 2020. As you can see, my guest, she wanted to get in with the snapping, just like I always do. And she's going to be an awesome guest tonight. She's a comedian, a young lady, and we're going to talk to her in a minute, maybe look at a little clip of her work. But before we get there, I got to read these incredible underwriters. Don't have a lot tonight, but they are awesome, so we've got to read them off. So here we go. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Barnacle Monuments in Middleborough. We got Vape Solutions in East Bridgewater. We got Fiesta Chara Family Mexican Restaurant right down the road here in Carver. We got Mama Deb's Sweet Italian Catering in Middleborough. We got Tom Auto in Middleborough. We got Gas Depot in Middleborough. We got Main Ingredient, Just Good Food in Middleborough. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got the Gun Runner LLC in Middleborough, the only gun store that didn't close when Governor Baker deemed all gun stores should be closed. And we got a new one, Champion Pet Care in Raynham, and I want to thank you guys very much. And on that note, now I'll introduce this young lady. This is it M-E-Y-K?
M-E-Y-K, yes.
Okay. Now, I got to ask, because the YK at the end, that is, I mean, I'm guessing there's a comedian named Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of connection, because he's considered to be kind of a little off-center, but that's cool. But go ahead, you told me.
Young Kershaw is my last name, and people in my school just shortened it to YK.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's really no connection?
No.
Okay, all right, that's
M-E-Y-K.
fine. Just asking, okay.
That's fine.
All right, that's cool. What did you say your last name was, Wykeshire?
No, Young Kershaw.
Young Kershaw?
Yeah, with a hyphen.
Oh, okay, so you got a young in there like I have in my last name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Youngin's here.
Young rules. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So now you're 18, right?
Yes, I'm
and
18.
you just graduated high school.
Yes.
For some reason, I'm thinking, after what I read on your Facebook page, did you do any living in New York at all?
No, I haven't.
I don't know why, but
No.
for some reason I thought I saw New York State in there. You're what? You're from Westport.
I'm from Westport, yes.
Great town. Okay,
Yes.
the South Coast.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is great. You're so young, and you do stand-up comedy, and you've done it at a lot of clubs already.
Yes.
All right. Well, then what I do with all my guests is I try to find out what they were like as kids, and you're still pretty much a kid yourself. But what I want to find out, like when you were real little, how long, how got you into what you're doing now? When did you start? And how did you get the ball rolling so successfully? Go ahead, you tell me, and I'll throw in questions if I have them.
Well, I always wanted to be like a director. When I was little, I wanted to be a marine biologist, and then I went somehow to a director. I saw like
You mean
a play.
like a film director?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I saw a play at this place, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. So then I started getting into plays and stuff, and
Okay.
I just always wanted to be like that comedy character that like makes everybody laugh. That like the audience can be like, oh, she's funny. So I just always wanted to do that, and then it went from like there.
How old were you when all this was developing?
I was 8 when I saw the play.
Okay, what play was it?
It was Mulan, actually.
The
It
one
was
with
Mulan.
Christina Aguilera? Oh, that's
No,
Moulin
no,
Rouge.
no.
Different-
That's Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, okay. Oh, that's why we ask these questions. Hey, you're making me laugh now. How cool is that?
It was Mulan at the Zyterion.
Okay.
I think it was in New Bedford.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Zyterion. And then I
The
started
noise-making
doing...
capital of the universe. If you like peace and quiet, do not live in New Bedford, Mass.
No, that's where I'm from, actually.
It's a great city, but
was
people
born
like
there.
people like to blast their boom boxes and their motorcycles or
You don't
whatever.
like the boom boxes?
I was there on a Sunday afternoon about 3 weeks ago, getting underwriters for the show, and all I heard was, you know what I'm getting at?
I got
Okay,
you.
all right.
I got you. I know exactly what you're getting
Okay,
at.
but it was cool. It was a nice day. I had a good time.
That's good.
Well, so you grew up in New Bedford and then you moved to Westport?
Yes.
Okay.
I moved when I was like 3, 4.
Oh,
So
okay.
I didn't spend much time in there.
You didn't, right? Okay. Well, it's
No.
okay. I mean, it's the same area.
Yeah,
Okay, but you're closer to the water in Westport.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
definitely.
Well, what was life like growing up in Westport? It must have been fun, right?
Westport was fun. We got to go to the beaches a lot. 'Cause,
Exactly.
like, there's a lot of beaches down there.
Yes.
Had a lot of friends. That's all really grown up.
Still do?
Yeah,
All right, okay.
kind of.
So, graduated Westport High School?
Yes, Westport High.
Class of 2020?
2020, yes.
Well, but now we're in the fall of 2020. Are you doing
Yes.
anything, extra scholastic for your current time, college or anything like that? Or not?
I'm going to college in January
Okay.
for comedy.
College for comedy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be with John Perrotta, would it?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Okay, because he was a guest on the show last year, early in 2019.
What college does he go into? What does he go
No,
to?
no. But the reason I'm asking you is because he has his own comedy class
Oh.
that he conducts for people that want to be deliver comedy, and which was wonderful. When I interviewed him early in 2019, I was amazed that somebody would actually do that, to have the wherewithal to create a comedy class. But I thought maybe that's where you go. But you're not going. You don't even really know him. He's in Rhode Island. So that leads me to ask you, where are you going to college?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
Online, or are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
For real. Good.
Yep.
Second city by any chance?
Yep, I want to do that.
I know the comedy world a little bit. Okay.
It's right near there, and I really want to do that.
That's great.
Like improv and stuff.
Oh man, you're so young and you get so much going for you.
Thank you.
You get so much ambition. It's unbelievable. Okay, well tell me where you performed. I mean,
Mohegan Sun was my biggest one.
What's that?
Mohegan Sun.
You have?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a really big one.
When did you perform there?
I performed there like a month ago, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really fun. I was obviously like the youngest in all of them, but it was an older crowd and it was really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, when you do well, first of all, I'm guessing. I mean, you just turned 18 in March.
Yes.
Okay. Were you performing in clubs before that?
Before that, yes. I started comedy when I was 15, maybe 16.
50.
Yeah.
Because it sounds to me like you were literally performing in places that otherwise you wouldn't have allowed you in at all because you were too young.
No, I the first place that I performed at was it was at an open mic. It was Mikey B's, and I went in there. Mikey B's in New Bedford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I went in there and I had like a book with me, and I was there with my mom and my sister, and
Okay.
I was only there to just like look at the comics because I wanted to do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the guy there.
But it didn't matter that you were 15 and they still let you in?
No, he what happened was I went up there and they were like, sorry, it's only like 21 and up, and I was like with my mom and they were like, oh, okay, and he was like, wait, are you a comic? And I'm like, well, I'm just writing, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna sign you up. So I was like, what? So he signed my name up and I went up there, performed comedy in front of so many people and absolutely killed it that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
incredible.
so I'm like, this is really what I want to do.
Oh,
It's cool.
well, I guess.
Yeah.
And this was when you were 15?
Yes.
And this all, wow.
Yeah.
Well, did they ever call you? Did they ever ask you to come back?
Like 15, 16. Well, it was an open mic, so I would go like every week, and I was like the only exception. So
No
like,
kidding.
yeah.
Did they pay you?
No, I've never
that's all
gotten
right.
paid.
Well, that having been said, though, have you done any? Have you ever gone anywhere where you have been paid?
I haven't gone anywhere where I have been paid, but I have been writing for someone.
Okay, talk about that.
I have been paid. Her name is Lynn Harris, and it's Gold Comedy. She performs at like Gotham and like all these different places. She has books out. She reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to make some like prompts for like my comedy my comedy website?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I got paid for that.
Wow.
And I made some comedy prompts.
What did you say? Would you call them comedy pumps?
Comedy prompts.
Prompts?
Like things for comedians to like if you see something that's
So basically, things jokes for them to deliver.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were the one writing the material.
Well, I was the one like giving the ideas. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Well, she must have thought a lot. Well, did she see you at that club originally?
No, I've never met her in person.
Really?
Yeah,
But how did she find out about you then?
That's what I don't remember. I don't know. I think my mom like must have like reached out and said like because she has this whole website about girls in comedy and doing that.
Okay.
My mom must have been like because this is when I was like I don't know like concussed and she was just like, hey like my daughter does comedy.
Wow.
Like what if you did one of her classes?
So
like,
how
what
old
if
is
I
this
did?
woman here? Lynn Harris, you don't know?
No.
You never met her?
No.
Let me ask you something. Do you have any favorite female comedians that you idolize at all?
Oh, there's a girl that I forgot her name, but her first name is Allie, and I recently found her out, and she's so funny.
Okay.
Another female comedian.
Keep thinking.
I know. I keep. What's her name? She plays. She was in. She was in that movie with Jason Bateman.
Okay.
She's a little bit on the bigger side. She is. It starts with A. I forgot.
You ever see the movie School of Rock?
Yes.
Do you remember the female person that was in the female star in that movie?
The principal?
No, not that principal. Remember there were 3 people in the apartment?
I haven't seen the School of Rock in a long time. I'm so
It was.
sorry.
It was 2003.
Yeah.
Well, you familiar with Sarah Silverman?
Yes.
My cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She just turned 50 yesterday.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah, good for
Happy
her being
birthday.
my cousin. I agree.
That's awesome.
I know. Well, I was thinking I was wondering if you were going to say her name when I asked you if there were certain female comics that you were emulating. But that's okay.
Shoot. Sorry.
No,
I'm
don't
sorry.
be sorry.
Happy birthday.
I would have told you you gotta have better taste in comics than that. But that's because I like to be comical too. All right. Well, when you do your comedy, let's break it down a little bit. What is your type? You self what do you call it? Berate? Do you berate yourself? A lot of people do that. I mean, you're young, or do you make fun of things around? Do you poke fun at things, or do you?
Oh, all the time.
All right. Well, give me an example. I'm going to ask you to. I'm going to ask you to speak a little material, even if it's okay. I don't want.
Boy.
As long as it's not too, raunchy. But if it's up to you. But I just thought maybe.
It's a little dark humor.
That's good. Let's
all
go
right.
for it. Go for it. Let's
there's
hear
one
that.
joke that I know.
Okay.
My sister, she went to a mental hospital.
Okay.
And she's out though. And me and my dad were looking for like leggings for her because like they can't have like in the mental hospital like pants with like ties on them.
Okay.
We were looking for like pants for her, and I was like, oh, she likes this movie. My dad's like, are you sure you want to get that for her? And I'm like, yeah. And then the punchline is she walked around the mental hospital with Suicide Squad leggings on.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dark, but
that's it.
It's not a true story, right?
No, she never walked around with that. We
no,
saw
but I mean, it's not. You're talking about your real sister?
Yes.
Okay. Boy,
Yes.
maybe I touched the nerve.
No, she's fine. She's fine.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. No, she's fine.
All right.
She's good.
Well, you have a way. I'm noticing this when talking now that you have a way of just bubbling out with stuff that must crack people up. So I got to tell you, I think it's a natural inborn talent that you have.
Thank you.
It's not even. It's just the way your mannerisms. It's got nothing. It's not so much even what you say. It's just how you say it.
Thank you.
But do you ever? When it comes to talking, doing material, do you poke fun at yourself? Do you poke fun at other things?
Oh, all the time.
All right. Well, I mean, like, I'm asking is how some people do some pretty deep stuff when it comes to pushing other people, pushing the envelope when it comes to making people a little bit under sweeping them under the rug like they don't care, like shocking the world.
Yeah.
How on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your shock value would be at the most?
The most?
Yeah.
Probably. Well, depends who it's towards to.
Okay.
Probably like 9 at the most.
Wow, well, that's pretty good.
I don't want to be like
No.
there.
I know you don't want to be walking on eggshells, but
No.
at the same time, but you don't. Okay, well that's good. I mean, you're confident enough that you can do that.
Yeah.
Someone so young and someone who's really. I mean, let's face it. Being that you're so young, you're still not as established as you will be in say maybe 2 or 3 more years. Now you brought your boyfriend with you tonight. Do you ever poke fun at him when you're doing your stand-up?
Oh, all
and I
the
don't mean
time.
that. And I mean that just because sometimes that's fodder for great laughs, and
All the
usually he's
time.
okay with it.
Yeah.
But you tell me.
No, he comes to me with comedy shows because obviously like I don't want to go alone. So like there's this one bit I did about him.
Okay.
And how my grandma asked if he was legal
If he was
because he's from Venezuela.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a whole joke in itself.
Oh, yeah. All right. If that's okay, that's cool. That's wonderful. All right. Well, guess what? We're halfway through the show. We're gonna look at a little clip of Emmy's work. So just pause with us. It's not long, and then we'll come. Now, where were you performing this?
Oh, I was performing at LOL Saturdays.
And where is that? New Bedford, right?
No. It's in Rhode Island.
Oh, it is?
It's a place in Rhode Island.
Okay.
I think it's in Worcester.
It's in where in Rhode Island?
Worcester?
Worcester.
Is that how you pronounce
say
it?
Westerly?
Worcester? No, Worcester.
Worcester, Rhode Island?
Worcester, Rhode Island.
There is a Worcester, Rhode Island?
Is there a Worcester, Rhode Island?
Well, all right, never mind.
Worcester.
Let's suffice to say it's in Rhode Island.
It's in Rhode Island.
And we'll leave it at that. All right.
Starts with a W.
So without further ado, we're going to watch a little bit of Emmy's work, and then we'll come right back.
What are you wearing? Stand up. Stand up. Live, love, laugh. That's the type of shit you'd see at my mama's house. Where'd you get that shit? Hobby Lobby? Tell me.
Oh, that was great. Tell me about that.
Thank you. It was at LL Saturdays, and I was performing. A bit that I did like a week before that because there was like nobody there.
Okay.
So I did it again.
Nobody there?
There was really nobody there. Everybody was in the back.
Everybody was where?
Everybody was in the back.
Well,
Like in the backstage.
Yeah, but how could they hear you performing?
They didn't.
Well, then, I see. So you were it was almost like a dress rehearsal.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So the third time that I went, I performed it, and there was like a lot of people there, and I got a lot of laughs.
When it comes to now, in terms of like preparing for your performances, I take it you do a lot of writing.
Yes.
Okay, so how much time do you spend writing a week? Would you say?
Oh, writing is really difficult for me though.
Well, okay. Well, do you prefer doing it like a cappella or just writing at first?
Recently I've been kind of doing a cappella.
Maybe
like,
it's
I've been
better for you to do it like that, at least for now.
Yeah,
just
like,
to see how, because if it's going well for you, I mean, if you say it's harder to write, you're probably better off just doing it right off the top of your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So like recently, because I have done improv before, and like I did improv classes and stuff.
Okay.
I have been like seeing an idea and just going off on it.
Okay.
But that's what I've been doing recently, and
Wow.
I think that maybe might be like the path for me, because sitting down and writing is so difficult for me.
Right.
Because like I have ADHD and I'm over the place, and I'll like see a tab and I'm like, oh, I'll go on YouTube and watch some comedian do this and try
Okay.
to like get inspired or like do different things.
Okay, so you do. Let's keep your eyes open for more comedy. You probably study comedy like birdwatchers study falcons, right? I mean, you're passionate about it, so you study
Yeah.
it, and you're willing to learn from other people that might
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you if they think that you could be doing something better, they'll tell you when you're okay with that.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's good. Because it's obvious you're open to new ideas, and that's important to continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of entertainment, have you ever done anything else? Have you ever done any music? Have you ever done any modeling?
I tried modeling one time, and the photographer said I did not have a. He was from another country, and it was like it was in his voice. He said I did not have a 100% model face, and I was like, oh.
Okay. Okay. Well, tell him he sucked as a photographer. That'll teach him.
Photographer. No, because I was really nervous that day, and all my poses were like really like uncomfortable and awkward, and it was like 3 girls got chosen to be like the dress models.
I see.
I did music too.
Oh, talk about your music.
Well, I used to write like I've written like 2 songs before, and then like the rest I wrote in like joke songs, and then
No kidding.
yeah, and then I do plays. So I like sing in them.
You say you do plays? You've been in plays?
Yeah, the most recent play is Once Upon a Mattress. It was my senior play.
Okay.
But it got canceled the night of because
Yeah. Of course, the virus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
But
never got to perform
You've
it.
done a few of them before that too.
Yes.
In school.
Yeah.
Okay, so so you've done acting as well.
Yes.
Okay, so now going forward, what exactly now is your goal to possibly break into when you're going out to Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to try to break in with the Second City comedy team?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so you want to be part of that because that's an acting trio, troupe, I should say, not trio. There's a lot of people in that. I actually went to see them myself years ago at my father's 75th birthday in Boston.
That's awesome.
Well, they were performing, so we went to see them, and they were pretty cool. So you want to be part of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who have you talked to out there about possibly breaking in with them? Anybody? Okay, so you're just going out there, just kind of like winging it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have a good interactive skill, and that's important. I think you're gonna open up a lot of doors for yourself.
Thank you.
Okay. In terms of like open mics, though, where have you done those? Anywhere else besides New Bedford and Rhode Island?
Not so much. I've
Okay.
just really done Rhode Island. I've done Pub on Park in Rhode Island, Mikey
Okay.
B's.
Plus Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun,
Right.
that one I done.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
That's a
That's one
huge
of the
one,
biggest
no kidding.
ones. I was supposed to do Comedy Connection in Rhode Island.
Okay, that's what John Perrotta's thing is.
Yeah.
Right.
But unfortunately the virus.
Right, the virus.
I'm pretty sure that's Askew.
What is it called?
Askew in Providence.
A shoe?
Askew.
A skew, like
Bless you.
ASKEW?
ASKEW.
Yeah, I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a skew. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've done. So tell me a little bit more about the Mohegan Sun performance. How did that go over?
So I was supposed to do Mohegan Sun, and then I got into a car accident, and I couldn't perform there anymore with Brian Bowden, and I told him, and he was like, "Don't worry, it's fine. You'll just perform like months later.
Okay.
It's fine." And then months later, the virus happened.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. So then after, I was like, before I go to Chicago, I have to perform at like a big place.
Right.
So I usually go on Facebook and look at like comedy places. And this guy, I'm awful. I forgot his name.
Don't worry about it.
He reached out and said, "Hey, I have an open spot at Mohegan Sun," and I'm like, me, and he was just like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yes, me." So he was really nice to let me perform with him.
So you did perform at Mohegan Sun. You
Yes.
actually did, and the crowd loved it.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's huge.
fun.
And do you
Yeah.
have it on video at all?
No, you couldn't take
maybe you don't,
videos.
but do you know if they do?
I'm pretty sure they do, but you have to buy it. And I was just like,
How much?
Well, I don't know.
You might want to ask. It might be worth it.
I might.
Because if you're going out to Chicago and you want to inundate yourself among other people, it would be worth it to have it. You know, if it's on, maybe it's on YouTube. You should definitely call them and find out.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you want, because you want to show people what you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you just say, okay, look at this, and the crowd reaction is going to be huge too when they hear how they've reacted to you.
Yeah.
That's going to give you a better. I mean, you want the old saying, get your foot in the door. You want to kick the door in. You don't just want to get your foot in the door.
Kick it in.
Yeah, I just made that up. That's pretty good.
You made that up?
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, I know.
Let's kick it. Just kick it. Put your foot in the door and kick it.
Right. Right. That way
Harrison
that way
Young.
you're guaranteed of not getting it slammed in your face.
Is that a follow up to the?
Why not?
Why not?
Right.
Why not? What was it? Kick your foot in the door.
Kick the door open,
Kick
and then
the-
they can't slam it in your face.
And it can't slam in your face.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
You heard it first.
You don't have to pay me for that if you want to use that as in your material.
I definitely will.
You go
I
up
definitely
there.
will. Copyright it. TM.
No,
Trademark.
you're not. You can copyright it. It's
There we
fine.
go.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right. So for the next month, obviously you're starting school in January. You're leaving for Chicago in the start of 2021.
Yes.
So what are you going to be doing for the next, till then? I mean, you got any gigs coming up?
So the lady, Lynn Harris,
Okay.
is friends with the person that owns Gotham.
Okay.
Like Gotham in New York.
Right.
And that is one of my biggest places I've always wanted to perform. So
Yep.
I might be taking a little trip down to Gotham and doing
Wow.
that before.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
you may actually be going to New York first.
Yeah.
There you go.
I always wanted to perform in New York.
Yeah, I that's what I thought you were doing. That's why I wasn't sure.
No, I wish.
Because for some reason, I don't know, there was something on your Facebook page which made me think that you work for a company called Hollister.
Hollister.
Well, that's not in New York.
No.
Okay, I thought it was. I don't know why, but maybe it's a precursor to what you'll be doing. And
Maybe.
Probably, it'll carry you a long way. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: when you go out in public, do you act outrageous deliberately just to get people to see what
Outrageous.
people's reactions would be?
Let me see. Sometimes.
And I don't mean in a way that's going to get you in trouble. I mean.
No, I'm trying to think.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I could tell you one thing. So you mentioned Hollister.
Yep.
I'm quitting tomorrow. Like, I don't like that job at all, right?
Okay. You didn't even give them notice?
No, they're not nice there.
I understand.
Yeah, because plus I already have another job.
Okay.
So I told them today. This is awful. I told them I needed the day off today to do the show.
Okay.
I didn't tell them why. I just said, hey, can I have the day off? And nobody was saying anything. So I said, guys, my mom is having heart surgery today. Can you please take my shift? It means so much to me. And girl was like, I'll take it. And I'm like, thank you. My mom doesn't even know this.
Wow. I think that's devious, and I love it. Otherwise, you might not have had the day off, and then I'd be without a guest tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom, for the heart surgery. Thank you.
Thank you for the dark humor. well, not now. How are you gonna let him? Are you gonna even show up tomorrow?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna tell them I don't really want to work here anymore.
Okay. I mean, here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to get too outrageous. And by the way, we got 5 minutes left now.
Okay.
We made the 25 minutes go by.
Wow.
You could say your mother needs you. I would say something like, I mean, you don't have to do what I've left jobs before too where I needed to get out of there.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
And when I did, I didn't give them any notice either. And you don't really have to give notice.
No.
It sounds like it's a minimum wage job anyway.
Yeah.
Plus you have another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but if you want to be in this, keeping the good graces, tell them your mother needs you. Tell them she said
My mama needs me.
my mama needs me.
My
all
mama
right?
needs me.
And I hope everything's okay. I hope that they'll understand. But my guess is that you just say, or you can just not show up, and when they call you, you'll just say, oh, I don't know, I had amnesia. I didn't know any. My mother was kidding about the surgery.
My mom was kidding about the surgery.
Yeah, there you go.
Joke's on you. My mom was never.
I mean, then you can at least you send them off with a laugh, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, tell you what. So for the final few minutes that we got left, what I want you to do is to look at the camera and your boyfriend too, and give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, because a lot of them are. He already has, and then we'll wrap it up.
Shout out to people.
Yeah, just condense them, like people in your family. Your mother, tell her, I hope you're feeling better from the stitches.
Mom,
she's going to know about this now after you told the story.
I hope your heart didn't grow 3 times big like the Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it was great in the heart surgery that you had. Maya, I'm glad you're out of the mental hospital. Don't do that again. To my deaf cat, hi.
So just wave so we'll see you. There you go. Okay.
And to the rest of yous, don't. What was your quote? Don't snap your foot.
No, instead of don't get your foot in the door. Kick the door in so I can't slam it in your face.
To the rest of yous, don't kick your foot in the door so I can slam it in your face.
No, kick the door in so that instead of getting your foot in the door, just kick it in so they can't slam it in your face.
Don't kick the door in so you could.
No. Kick it in so they so they can't slam it in your face.
Kick it in so they can't slam it in your face.
Instead of just getting your foot in the door. There
Instead
you go.
Of just getting your foot in the door.
Okay. Thank you for giving me credit for that. I guess.
No problem.
All right.
Credit Harrison Young.
Well, I hope you had fun with me.
I did.
All right. Well, just before we wrap it up, I'm going to ask that if you know anybody that's in the industry or anybody that's interesting at all, tell them about my show. Ask them tell them that they should definitely do it, and then have them text me. They got my digits.
Yes.
And we'll get them on because I get a lot of my guests like that. Okay.
Definitely.
Well, great. Well, and then and I hope I'm keep my fingers crossed that I'm going to see you when at the Improv some night.
Yes.
On TV.
Definitely.
Maybe in person.
I hope.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, look what she was before she was there. Kicking my door open.
Kicking my door open so it doesn't slap you in the face.
So I can't slam it in your face, right.
Slap it in your face.
Well, it was a little different here. I asked you to open. I opened the door for you.
You opened the door for me.
Right.
But then we didn't let it kick it. We didn't kick it in.
Right, we didn't have to kick it in.
We didn't have to kick it in.
Put the stopper in instead.
We didn't even have to kick it in.
That's right.
There we go.
There we go.
We put the stopper in. It's probably a wooden stopper. Rubber stopper. Didn't have to kick it in.
Well, as long as it's not a life stopper, right? Okay. Well, of course you'll find a way to make a joke about. You'll find a way to joke that way. You wait through that as well.
Yes.
All right, you ready to wrap the show up like we began? Snapping.
Let's do this.
Snapping and chirping. All right,
Let's
folks.
snap.
Thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next
Snap
time.
with us.
Take care. All right.
Don't let that door kick you
Yeah,
on
you
the
go.
way out. Hold that stopper.
Well, how was it?